Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is right now. What's good with y'all? I just want to check in, man. I don't normally check in as much. Um, I had a lot of stuff that I need to get out that I should have been getting out a while back. But today just one of those days that I just kind of want to free my mind a little bit. Really want to get some advice. I've had like maybe the last, I'd say, few months, maybe 3 to 4 months of just getting caught up in myself, getting caught up in my feelings about how life is going, how things are moving around, and how I don't feel like I'm, in a certain position or whatever. And really, my advice today is don't get so caught up inside your head, because a lot of times what's going to happen is, I don't know if you remember an old saying where people say, your arms are too short to box with God. That's kind of what I'm speaking on. I had gotten into a point of lately of overfeeling. I think I had said it before about getting so caught up in reading and reading and reading and reading, doing a lot of reading, but not really digesting what you're reading. In my process, I had a lot of expectation, and the expectations we have for when dealing with God and when dealing with people, totally different. And I called myself trying to use that same form of thought with God. And when you expect something from someone and it don't come into fruition, you have a tendency to want to catch an attitude. You want to be in your feelings. You want to say this and say that. Now, I watch my mouth. I ain't stupid enough to say just to say anything out of the way, to God. But I was like that kid who was having an inner temper tantrum, and I was just into myself. I was going through my whole little, man, I supposed to be doing this, or man, this should be happening, or man, I should be able to get this or that, whatever. And a lot of times we don't catch the mark because we miss it so far off. We're so far off from missing the mark. I mean, we're so far off from catching it that we miss it a long ways off. I kept reading, to be patient, don't grow weary. So in reading all this stuff, I was reading, but I wasn't ingesting this stuff, and none of that stuff was really hitting where it needs to hit. And I got caught up. So I think the last couple of days it took me, what's going on, bro? The last couple of days it kind of put me in a position to where God made me sit all the way down. It made me really focus on my relationship with Him. And I think the biggest thing that I got caught up in was, over time I've connected with a lot of people, and I've locked in with a lot of people, and just had a nice little just a nice little run, where we was able to affiliate good ideas, and lock them in. But God started telling me a while back, and I'm gonna say it mostly recently, but He's told me this a while back, but definitely mostly recently. He said that certain things are not for you, meaning certain issues are not for you. Certain people are not meant for you to fix and help. It's good to be a support for someone, but sometimes you got to learn how to not get tied up, in certain people because of the spirits that follow certain people. And the thing about it is, we have our own spirits, we have our own demons that just don't like us if we're trying to do right and we're trying to get on a different path. So when you start locking in with certain people who just don't want to get it together, and you constantly seeing yourself dealing with these people over and over and over and over and over again, what they're doing is they're shedding off certain spirits that you don't need. So I started figuring that out because I started feeling certain ways, after relaying certain messages to certain people and doing, sending certain things out when I do my study time. And I just started getting it. I started understanding that some things you got to get first. Your relationship with God, you got to get it first, because it starts to become what you call it. It comes repetitive. You start doing things just because. So I started noticing I was doing things because it was part of the routine. That's not always good. Sometimes you got to back up out of the routine and really make it count. So I had to slow down these last few days, and understand that it's not for me to fix certain people. God will put you in the right position and put you in the right place to align. He will align you with the right people, put it like that. And you will get to see exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing. A lot of times we do kind of go overboard. And what I've learned in that process of going overboard, you tend to leave the situation with people noticing you and not noticing God. A lot of times we don't understand that we're the ones that we're looking to be glorified. If that make any sense to you. It's like we talk to people and we help people, and we expect our help to to actually move in people's life in a big way. But a lot of times our help can hinder people. Our help can cripple people. And we forget that we become a crutch, or we lose sight that we become a crutch for someone. Because what's happening is we're steady doing for people, but we're not holding people accountable for what they're doing. So instead of me pointing that finger at someone else, I had to start looking at myself and saying I was trying to help myself. It wasn't just me helping other people. I was trying to help myself. And I keep missing the mark on things I've read a long time ago where God said, lean not on your own understanding. When he said, cast all your cares on me. So a lot of that stuff I was not, I've read it, but I wasn't using it. So that goes back to what I was saying. I was picking up on so many gems. It's like buying a bunch of jewelry that you can't wear. You feel me? Like you can wear only so many rings. You only got so many fingers. So that was me. I had all this jewelry and I kept trying to wear all this jewelry. But what was happening was I was devaluing the next one piece, with one other piece of jewelry. So sometimes it's best to just wear one piece of jewelry. What I'm saying is each word that you get from God is a jewel. Sometimes you need to take time out to wear that one piece of jewel. That one piece of jewelry. When he says something to you today, you don't just constantly get more jewelry and put this jewelry on the back burner. Sometimes he'll give you a word on Monday, and that word can be used Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Notice I didn't say Monday. Sometimes God would just give it to you on a certain day. Now you have enough time in that day to remember what you said, remember what you read, remember what you heard, and then it start working, you know? So I don't know if this worked with someone else, but I know that it has worked with me lately. And I've learned how to back up out of that race of I have to learn as much as I can learn about the Bible. And this, no. Sometimes you need to learn enough because you're the more you learn and the more you constantly compile and not use, you become self-righteous. Because now you can just go and quote these words to other people. Excuse me. But you quote these words to other people not helping if you're not actually showing it in the actions of your life. And that was me. I know a lot of people that probably came around me in this last couple months. They probably caught the worst side of me. I ain't gonna say the worst, but they caught a side that shouldn't be there. And that was, negative. Being upset about things that I expected to be in a certain place. That wasn't good. That wasn't good for two different people. That wasn't good, well, for two different sources. It wasn't good for my life and what people see in me. And it also was not good for the kingdom of God that I'm supposed to be building on, that I'm supposed to be going after. Even it wasn't a good look for God, because now people are, you hear me speaking of God, but then you see me doing some wild stuff, And when I say wild, not like on some negative dumb junk, but it was enough for me not to be considered a disciple or a follower of Christ. It was doing the opposite of what I've read. It wasn't about holding on and being patient. It was being antsy every time I see somebody. I'm talking about what I need to be doing and this and that. A lot of times you miss the mark because you're too busy worrying about what you need to be doing, and the need that you have is not waiting on God. It's I need to be doing this. The word I said, I need to be. And you start getting caught up in that. You get caught up in it bad, man. So that was me, and that's been me for a little second. Even doing the lives that I've been doing, I've been thinking that, let me give some direction in this and that. No, all I can do is speak on me and speak on what I'm doing to better myself. It's not about, I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna talk about, just throw my business all out. No, it's certain business I need to get out, and if it's kingdom business, yeah, I need to get it out. Certain things that's hindered me, I feel it's better to say something about it so no one else can be hindered or hinder themselves. I've done it. I've put myself in a crazy position, and I heard a guy say it, or I heard a post. I don't know who it was. I can't remember. But they were speaking about putting curses on yourself by speaking negative. And a lot of stuff I was doing, I didn't understand that I was mocking God. I was mocking God because I kept saying, since you're not going to do it, I just won't even, I won't even attempt this, or I won't do that. Like I was getting negative, but I was doing it going back, like I said, going back and forth, calling myself going back and forth with God. But he kept shaking his head at me and just letting me know, and I was getting the warnings. You might want to chill out. You might want to chill out. And I didn't catch it until these last couple of days. And God has a firm, gentle touch. I don't know if that even makes sense. But with God, things are so different. His touch was so powerful that it impacted me in my thinking. But it was so it was soft as a loving parent, where he made sure I felt the love in the impact of his words. and I felt the concern in his words that I need you to get back in line. I need you to get it together because you're losing a lot, and I want to keep reiterating that word. And this is God speaking to me, is I want to make sure you get the word you. It's damaging you. You're cursing yourself. You're putting yourself in a certain position. And like they say, the word was speaking about the things that come out your mouth. A lot of stuff was coming out my mouth in prayer. When I get on the phone with maybe, a friend or family, I was speaking stuff that I didn't know was cutting my life down. It was cutting my situation down. It was cutting my blessings off. And I didn't get it. I didn't understand it because I was so caught up in how I was feeling at that moment. So really what I got on here for was to just give you a heads up. Watch what you say. We hear it a lot, but I'm here as proven as a proven I ain't gonna say victim, but I guess I can say a client, because I was a client to that, and it hurt you. It hurt you more than you know. Watch what you say out your mouth. If you feel some type of way, that's why they say take it to God. And a lot of prayers need to be changed. When you're talking to God, please watch what you're saying. I know you're feeling yourself. I know you're in your feelings. I know things ain't, where you want them to be and how you want them to be. But watch what you say to God. A lot of stuff you can say to people, make sure it's directed to them. Don't say nothing directed to God through somebody else, because we have a tendency to do little side, things. But watch what you say, definitely. This is just really me getting on and being transparent as usual. But hopefully my transparency can help you come up out of a funk that you're in. Because it took me down to a spot that I didn't really want to be in. And it's God will take you down to the final. He'll take you down to the minimum of where you want to be, just to show you. And I've heard people say God will break you to build you up. So, oh man, I've been broken. It's not a good feeling, but it's a good feeling, but not a good feeling. The good feeling is it could be worse. God could have allowed me to just, a lot of stuff I was feeling, a lot of understandings I had, thoughts. He could have just let it be what it's going to be and kept it moving. But I'm so grateful that he turned around for that one lost sheep, which was me. I'm so glad that he stopped a lot of stuff. Life constantly moves on, but God stopped a lot of stuff to make sure I got back on track. So this is really me just being clear. Trying to clear my mind, trying to make sure everything is back in line. Just keep it together, man. Hopefully y'all have a great day. Keep your focus right. Keep your tongue in your mouth. Watch what you're saying, because it's gonna hurt you. Don't hurt yourself. Don't ruin your future by getting in your feelings. God is real. He definitely real. That's true. He knows what it is that he's trying to do, or what he's doing. It's just up to us to hand over everything, hand over the doubt, hand over the discomfort that, I don't really understand where I'm going and how I'm gonna get there. Hand all that over. Be real with yourself. Yeah, that's true, to have those thoughts. but don't put them out there, and don't let those thoughts take control of you. Yeah, but hopefully today y'all have a great day. Have a blessed day. Just keep God on your mind. Keep you out the way, cause that will hurt you. Just stop stepping on your dreams, and stop stepping on your blessings with your words. Hopefully y'all have a great day. Again, I keep saying it because I really do, truly hope for y'all to have a great day, and hopefully my day will be beautiful and constantly be great. But as I say, man, keep your head on the swivel. Negativity is out there. You can't go around it. You got to go through it. When I say that, always listen to what I say. You can't go around it. You got to go through it. Whatever you're going through, you got to go through it. Whatever God allows, you got to go through it. Stop trying to go around it. You're going to miss the mark. You're going to miss the blessing. You're going to miss the lesson. Keep your head up. Y'all know how I do it, man. 100. Strong on. Y'all be easy out there.